Hey fellow gamers, Chatty Sisa here. In case you've missed it, there is some news regarding a movie that's in plan for Horizon Zero Dawn. So let me go a little bit into more details what we have so far regarding the planned movie. Good, so what you can see on the screen is the announcement or the information, the first information that we've got. The announcement actually came from Sony on the CES 2025 press conference, as you can see here. There is a little bit more information about the video game, about Horizon Zero Dawn. What makes me a little bit more curious is if we think about the Yellowstone National Park where the game is taking place. I'm wondering whether they will be able to make the movie there and if they will actually really use the locations, the real life locations based on which the game was actually done. So I'm wondering about this one. That's like a big question mark for me, to be honest. And then if we scroll a little bit further down, as you can see, the series continued to succeed with an expansion and a sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, which was released for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in 2022, and I will be playing that game really soon on this channel. And in recent months, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered was released for PC and for PlayStation 5. I did also a vid about that one. I will be linking it probably at the end of this one. And then also Lego Horizon Adventures launched for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5 and PC. And that one's having quite mixed reviews, and I also did have a vid on that one, so that one will be linked at the end as well. There is some more information regarding the movie than in the next article that I'm going to show you. But so far, as you can see, the series or the games have been so successful that they are continuing to expand on the entire universe, and they are creating quite a big IP at this point. So I'm really wondering like what's going to be next. As I mentioned already in my previous vids, I would actually really love to see the third game and to see the story concluded regarding Aloy. And it's not because I wouldn't want to see Aloy anymore. I really do like her and I do like the current story, but I do think they have created such a huge universe with so many opportunities which they can expand on, that we shouldn't really just look at Aloy all the time. I think there can be so many characters whose stories can be improved upon, either the existing ones which are already in the game, or we could have a completely new game with a completely new character which could play either in the same time span or in a different time span, maybe before this whole thing happened with the derangement of the machines and with what's going on currently, and that the whole world is threatened. Maybe we could see something that was previously, I don't know, when the Kaja have been at their height, and we could see maybe the rise of some of the civilizations after they all walked out of the cradle facilities. So it would be interesting to see maybe some new story again as well. I understand why they are trying to, let's say, milk the franchise this much, because it's really very successful. And as you can see here, the title has sold over 24.3 million copies as of April 23, so that's already almost 2 years old, the numbers, and I guess it's way more by now. So yeah, I understand it's a very successful series and they want to improve and expand on that one, but yeah, I would really love to see the third game, to be honest, right now. And seeing that the movie will be done with Columbia Pictures, as you can see here, it should be really a high quality movie. So I'm really hoping that this one will be good. Let's see what more information we get. I think currently the biggest discussion that we have, and that's also then here in the next article from January the 9th, is the discussion on who should portray Aloy. There are a few actresses mentioned here, so let me go through the article and show you a little bit what's mentioned here. As we can see here, it's also mentioned in the first paragraph, details on the movie are non-existent at the moment. There's no teaser trailer, no word of whether it will be a very literal adaptation of the game it is based on, or any information about who is involved with the making, from the directors and producers to actors. And that one is interesting for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really loved the original cast, and if you look at the vid that I did for the review of Horizon Zero Dawn, I am showing you there the original actors who were portraying the in-game characters, so they are next to each other, and you can see that they look really the same, so they really took the actors' visuals and depicted them the same way in the game. But I'm just not sure regarding the age of the actors currently, if they would be fitting into the role, because those roles were written for, let's say, characters which are young adults, and the actors portraying the characters in the original game are currently already a little bit older. I'm not saying they're old, okay, but they are already a little bit older, and I'm not sure if they would be a good fit for a live action movie. And also there is a big question mark regarding Silence. I did mention it already in some of the other vids. Unfortunately, the actor who was portraying Silence, Lance Reddick, has passed away in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. That was after the release of Horizon Forbidden West, and I am not sure who will be portraying then Silence in the live action movie. And because his role is so prominent and so important, I definitely think that they will have to cast it very carefully, this role, because people associate Silence with the looks of Lance Reddick, and they would have to probably come either pretty close with the actor to how Lance Reddick was looking, or if they are hiring someone who's not really that big of a lookalike, it would have to be, let's say, a pretty known actor whom the people like, so a very liked and appreciated actor, so that the people will be accepting him in the role of Silence, I guess. Casting someone who's not very known and who doesn't resemble Reddick in any way, shape or form might backfire, I'm afraid, a little bit. So that's just my thoughts here on the casting of the other actors. But as you can see, we already see the first actress that the people were discussing on a Reddit page, and I will be showing you the page a little bit as well. The first one which was mentioned and which was like the most popular was Sophia Lillis, and in case you're wondering where you've seen her, she was in the movie Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. It's also mentioned here. That's also where I have seen her, and I do have to say, from all the pics which we are going to see and from all the actresses that I just have in my mind, and if you look at her other images, also at the other images where she is like with shorter hair or in different roles, I think like from her face she would fit the role really very well. And also, let's say, age-wise, I think she's pretty close to how old Aloy was, so I do believe that she would be a good pick for the movie, and I honestly also like her the best. So let me show you the other pictures where you can see her. And if you look at the vast amount of pictures here, just look at some of those, and I can see Aloy. I pretty much can see Aloy in a lot of those. Okay, so this one, for example, or this one, for example, it's pretty much Aloy for me. So I can imagine her very well in the role. I think she would be a good fit, and she would be able to portray her very well. I also have to say I did like her in the movie Dungeons and Dragons. That's where I have seen her actually for the first time, I think, and I did like her. So I do think she could pull it off. So that would be my first pick, to be honest, as well. But we have some other ones. If I go back, there is also the actress who was in the Stranger Things as Max Mayfield, and you can see her here, and she's also age-wise quite close to how Aloy was in the game, so she could be also technically a good pick. I did like her in Stranger Things. I'm not saying that she would not be a good choice, but if I compare her and Sophie Lillis, I think Sophie is a little bit better and would fit for me the best, to be honest. So, but either one of those would be a very good pick. I would be really happy if they would be casting either one of those. I think they could both pull it off. And the third one, which we could see that was a little bit discussed, some of the fans have been mentioning Erin Kellyman. She is already 26, so she is a little bit older, and I'm not sure if many people were actually so happy about like this proposal. There was a lot of discussion on the Reddit going on regarding, let's say, her quality as an actress, and from what I have seen from the Falcon and the Winter Soldiers, I do have to agree with most of the people that were saying that she really wasn't so great in the role. Yes, one thing is when you are getting... the writing wasn't so outstanding as well, so there's one thing. What you can do as an actress with the text you are getting, you can only do so much, right? But still, I think she was like having... the emotional range of what she was portraying was very narrowed down, and I'm just not sure if she would be able to pull it off, to be honest, from a like acting perspective. So she wouldn't necessarily be my first choice, but these are the first three that have been like brought forward, and I'm wondering like what you think about those. Let me show you more pictures about the other two so you can get a better idea of various like situations where you can see them in, and just from the looks of it, what you think who would be the best choice. So here we have more pictures of Sadie Sink, who was playing in the Stranger Things, and again, if you look at some of the pictures, I do think that she could be playing Aloy pretty well. This one is coming quite close to Aloy's looks, I think. This one also, like if you see her in some of the pictures, I think she is really like fitting the role as well from a like visual point of view, and I do believe also from her acting skills that she would be able to portray her. And then the last one, which is Erin Kellyman, there are some pictures where I think she's looking also close to how Aloy would be looking or was looking in the game. Like if you look at this picture, for example, from her face, I think this one was also pretty well. So where you see her smiling, I think the features, the facial features would come close to how Aloy was looking. So from this perspective, like from her looks alone, she would be a good fit as well. But like I said, I'm just not so sure if the acting skills that she has would be fitting for portraying a character like Aloy in a live action movie. So that would be my 2 cents on the actresses here. And as I've mentioned before, there is a Reddit thread for the movie and the movie fan cast where people were discussing the possible options, which actress would fit the role of Aloy. Of course, there were more actresses mentioned, not just those 3, and then of course there were also people who were making jokes and were saying like, yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, etc. Yeah, so there's quite some funny ones as well, but there are some good proposals for the possible actress that would be fitting in the role of Aloy. So I do think that there is something for everyone from the picks that are mentioned here. I just went with the 3 that were mentioned as well in the article, but feel free to check it out. I will, of course, as usual, post the link or all of the links in the description below, so you can have a look at everything and make up your own mind about it, and I would then love to hear your feedback on that one. So So that's it, what we currently have regarding the movie. I will definitely keep an eye on that one, and I will update you here on this channel when we have something new. And on this spot, I would really love to hear your opinion in the comment section below. What do you think about this whole idea of the movie, and who do you think should be playing Aloy? Which actress? If you think it should be one of those that we've mentioned, or if there is some other one that you have in mind who would fit the role. And also, what you think about the original actors that were hired to play in the game. Do you think they should be cast as well for the live action movie, or do you think that it should be recast and we should see some other actors? I'm really curious to hear what you think about this whole idea. And on this spot, if you like this vid, please don't forget to hit that like button below. It would be really very helpful. And also, if you want, check out my channel. There's some other vids regarding Horizon Zero Dawn, but also regarding some other games. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button too when you are already there. And I would really appreciate your support. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned and game on.